What are you girls doing? Y'all fighting over a bundle of weeds there and the root ball. They love it when I put stuff out there. I don't let them come in the garden with me anymore. I used to, but for some reason they were just a little too rowdy, messing with my garden. So I leave them outside the fence, and they still hang out with me. They're just on that side of the fence, but they love it when I pull the grass up, get the root balls up, and I throw them out in the field. And then they'll come and they'll find one, like that one right there. And they pick something. They always just pick something, and then they compete over it. They wrestle over it. But what I've done today, or actually yesterday, here in my garden, I don't know if anybody hadn't seen my garden yet. I've got stuff planted all along through here, going on down, and I had it to about right there. And yesterday I worked on clearing out the weeds and digging the dirt that way. Let me go down here and show you. And I've used my shovel, and I've gotten, you can see spots like that right there, and that right there, and that's where I got the root ball out for some of this stuff here. And you know, if you're gonna get it out, you need to get it all out. If you leave the root ball, it just grows right back. But I'm gonna be taking this all the way down to that fence down there, and then all the way up that side, all the way up to the cottage. And then in here, I'm going to clear all this out, and this is going to be a couple of rows of growth for the veggie garden. But that's where I'm at today. I worked out here a lot yesterday. Of course, in between the rain, you can see a spot there where I got a root ball out and a root ball here. Still got a lot to do, but it'll go fairly quickly. When I say fairly quickly, I mean, you know, in terms of working in the garden time. It's still time consuming, but anything worth having is worth working for, right? So I'm going to be continuing to work on this. I don't think I'll get it all done today, but I do plan on getting as much done as I can, and then getting it seeded the best I can before I have to go back to my week of working for the other man. So week of working for the other man sounds like a good subject to make a YouTube video about. I've got some onions in here. You can see one coming up there. There's another one coming up there. I filled this area with a bunch of onions and other odds and ends as well. I tend to get confused when I go one raised bed to another, what I've got in there. It'll come back to me later. The first thing in the morning, I'm not always kind of bright-minded. But here's some more onions popping up in here. I think these are the red onions. I think I've got two different types of onions, but yeah, we'll just see how it all turns out. All right, those dogs are over there fussing again. So I think it's going to rain again. You can see the sky. Well, we've had a lot of rain lately. Yesterday it downpoured on me probably 5 times, but I kept coming back out here. This ground is like a sponge. It just absorbs all the moisture, which is good, I guess. It really needs it, and of course my gardens need it as well. I've done a few things yesterday, and I'm trying to remember what all did I do. But this right here, I transplanted this from in the house. It wasn't looking too good. It just wasn't looking too good in the house. So I brought it out here. I stuck it way down in the dirt, and I think I'm already seeing a difference in the leaves. It's amazing how these plants just love sunshine and love water, love moisture. And then these over here, let me show you this over here. And I transplanted these out here yesterday as well. And these are either buttercup or butternut squash, I forget which. But they vine, so I'm gonna end up having to build a trellis for some of this stuff to grow up on. Which is good. I need things to keep me busy. Oh, let me look. I think I see one. I think I see something sprouting. Let me see. There it is. There it is. Yep, I got a sprout. I got a few more in there, but that's definitely something sprouting. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain, so these things should be taking off in here. Yeah, I do see a few more down in there. Let me see if I can spot them here. See them? Yeah. Oh, what is that? I don't know what the heck that is. Let me get down there and look. Of course, it looks big on the camera. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Yeah. Alright, there he is. Back up a little bit. Where'd he go? There he is. I need to get that thing out of there. Alright. Right there next to my little sprouted. Ooh. You try to bite me? No. Yeah. Okay, I'll get rid of him. Yeah, when you're looking in your gardens and you see things like that, you know they're there to eat what you're trying to grow. So when you get tiny little sprouts, that's just a snack. They'll be eating all those things. So get those little caterpillar things out of there. I'm not talking to you. You think I'm talking to you, don't you? Oh, hey. I forgot I had coffee out here. Woo! Make sure there ain't no bug in there. Alright. If those dogs are in there, they would have already knocked it over. So anyway,